Hey guys, this is a blade that I'm really excited about, and I did a preliminary review of it before. I'm pulling that off because I got a new camera and everything else. And this is the Smith Wesson Extreme Ops. The model number on this one is the CK105BL. The BL is for blue. Hope you can see that. CK105BL. Anyway, I think the silver handle version is CK105H. These knives are some super high value knives. For the price paid, you get a ton of knife for your money. Primarily, I think these knives could be everyday carry knives. Utility knives, knives you just go on and you use and you don't, worry about hurting them, or, if you lose it or break it, you don't really feel all that guilty because, it's a very affordable blade. It could also be a tactical blade, a defensive blade, maybe carried by a police officer, a soldier. Obviously, if you can, buy a nicer blade than this. But if you can't, this is better than nothing by far. And specifically, these guys, these blades are going for around $10. Yeah, $10. So very affordable. I mean, tell me you can't afford to carry a knife when there's such nice, great blades as this going for $10. You can afford to carry a knife. And one reason that I'm so stoked about this is that the blade steel on here, 440C. Yeah, 440C is a very proven steel. It's been out for a lot of years. It's kind of a mid-range steel. A lot of the newer steels, powder metallurgy steels and everything else, are definitely much better. However, 154cm is or ATS-34, whichever you prefer, is an improved version of it. So it's a decent steel. I mean, most knives you find in this price range are going to say stainless china. That's all they're going to say. Now, this one isn't actually marked 440C, but if you go to Smith Wesson's website, they tell you 440C. I have used this some, and it does act like 440C. It holds the edge, pretty adequately. It's a good all-around steel, and it's been used for plenty of years. So yeah, the blade on here is hollow ground, which is very nice. I like hollow grinding, and with that thickness in there, it keeps some strength. You have that fake swedge or false swedge. Obviously, it's not sharp because it's a folding knife, but it comes to a point. The point's actually not like needle sharp, but it is sharp. I mean, this knife has been used some, and it comes sharp out of the box. So good job, Smith Wesson. And guys, don't be brand myopic here. Don't be saying, well, I don't like Smith Wesson knives. They're crap just because they're Smith Wesson. I mean, come on, $10. The jimping on here is actually decent. It's sharp. That's good. Now I wouldn't say it's like Spyderco's level, or I've seen better, but it's good. And at least it's there. I mean, nice. Thumb stud deployment, and the thumb studs are nice. They don't hurt your thumb. They're easy to get good deployment on and whip that out real fast. So very nice. It is mini Torx bit construction all the way through. What? I mean, yeah, mini Torx bit construction. It's not pinned, and it's flow through. Yeah. Flow through construction. I'm getting carried away here, but dude, $10. Liner lock. Now, there's a liner, the steel liner on one side for the liner lock. Both other sides are just aluminum. And the liner is strong. Some people are afraid of cheap liner locks, if they are too cheap, they can get dangerous. This one's not. And I think for most realistic uses, it's not a pry bar, it's not a chisel, it's not it's not meant to be beat on. It's a knife. It's meant for cutting things. or stabbing things. I think for most realistic uses, that lock will be perfectly adequate. So yeah, and full engagement, 100% engagement on that line lock. So very nice. Now the clip on here is good for the price. You know, obviously, if this is on a knife 3 times this cost, I'm not gonna be so happy with the clip. But it is, you know, it's decent. And you know, when it came to me, this one, the clip was actually a little weak. The retention in the pocket was a little weak. What I did is I pulled this clip off, thanks that I can with those mini Torx bits. So I pulled it off with mini Torx bit driver, and I took that clip and I just bent it down a little more, and then put it back on, and that provides more spring tension on there, and it retains very tightly now. So I'm not going to lose this knife. It does ride a little high, as you can see. I would definitely like this to ride lower in the pocket. However, I'm not too worried about actually losing this blade. Now that I've changed the retention, it retains very tightly in there. You know, and if you don't like that, put it in a belt sheath, or just stick it in your pocket, or in a pocket sheath. You know, whatever you want to do. So yeah, just incredible value. Now these handle scales, you know, to be fair, that checkering in that aluminum doesn't really provide all that much traction. I guess a little. It's not slick, but you know, these holes I think actually provide more traction than that checkering. But you know, decently solid lockup. There's just a little bit of side-to-side play, just a little, but you know, it's completely tolerable. So I thought you'd turn you guys onto these knives. I mean, for the money, just incredible value. Just awesome. Kudos to Smith Wesson. I mean, that's just the price point they're delivering. Such a good product to us is just awesome. It is made in China, and yeah, I mean, you know, that's fine. I think that it's, you know, high enough quality level that doesn't really bug me. You know, I don't love all of Smith & Wesson's products. I think that they have some stuff that you know, I'm talking knives here. I think there's some stuff that, you know, I'm not so crazy about, but this one I am. I like this. So there it is, guys. Check it out. I found this one at Amazon.com. So just search them. I think they have Tonto versions and lots of other variants of this and everything. This is the only one I have experience with, and I like it. You know, it did come a little tight on that pivot point there. I mean, it was a little stiff, and you know, just with the use and just tweaking it a little with a Torx bit wrench, I got it to this point, and now it's very nice with good lockup. So there it is, guys. Great knives. I mean, I'll give you a size comparison to some others. Bird Caracara. This one's about twice the cost of this, but you know what? I love this too. If I could only have one, I'd take this one. So there it is. Size comparison. And oh, I forgot to weigh it. Let me weigh it for you guys. Okay. 3.03 ounces. That's completely reasonable for the size of blade that this is, being, you know, like a 3 1/4 inch blade. Grams, 85.7 or 85.8. So that's reasonable. So there it is, guys. Hope that was helpful, and have a nice day.